Why did things like this always happen? So first I should say that what we were all just confused about has been sort of deconfirmed. The Adventure Time Distant Lands production coordinator came out and said something that sort of just implies that this was a weird mistake. So what exactly just happened? Well, 2 days ago apparently, I don't know if everybody noticed it back then, but it seemed to be a big thing this morning on Twitter. HBO Max Pop, which is a sub-account for HBO Max that I guess is focused on like young adult programming and advertising, they posted a February vision board, which is supposed to be showing the new shows that they have coming in February for this target audience. And included is Adventure Time Together Again, with the stock photo of Finn and Jake, which is probably on every single Adventure Time themed like backpack ever made since 2010. And that's not correct. See, according to the episode list that we got for Distant Lands back when it was announced, the season was going to be 4 episodes. We already have BMO and Obsidian released. The next episode was supposed to be Wizard City, which is going to be focused on Peppermint Butler, and we don't really have that much information about it at all. After that was going to be an episode called Together Again, that was going to be focused on Finn and Jake coming back for one last adventure, whatever that really means. Like, this is the one that's piqued everybody's interest because the description is the most interesting. And it sounds like from that description it was definitely intended to be the finale. So why the heck is it on this February vision board, skipping over an episode? And why was it not mentioned in any other form of HBO Max advertising? This vision board was posted on the Instagram account for HBO Max Pop and the Twitter account. Both posts use a different layout for this image because each social media platform has a different resolution. So a lot of effort went into making this image, but then it's like, how did they accidentally include an episode that may or may not be releasing? So how did this happen? That's the big question here. It seems very clear to me that this wouldn't be coming out because of the production timeline that we sort of vaguely know about for Adventure Time Distant Lands. The Obsidian episode was in final mix in October, meaning they were editing together the final episode. They had to sync up the music and all the other audio with the final animation. And then after that, the episode came out a month later in November. So it seemed like they were either on a tight deadline or they're sort of just releasing this at a pace where the moment that an episode is ready, they will put it out. Obsidian was in final mix 4 months after BMO released in June. So it's easy to assume that after another 4 months or even more, the next episode, which was supposed to be Wizard City, would be in final mix and then release. So again, we don't know what this is all about. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for there to be like a stealth drop because HBO Max is pretty good at advertising their stuff. At least, you know, if there's something that you're paying attention to that you want to know when it comes out, you'll know when it comes out. Infinity Train got some advertisement. They didn't stop talking about Obsidian for like all of November and even a little afterwards. BMO got a lot of promotion with like its own little website and stuff. So it seems really weird for them to do a stealth drop for the next Adventure Time episode. You would think they would have mentioned it in their February release trailer that they put out. That shows various clips from things that are coming to the service. They're definitely focused a lot on their new movies that will be going on HBO Max and in theaters at the same time. I mean, they really want people to watch that Tom and Jerry movie that doesn't really look like it's going to be that special aside from the animation. But that still doesn't really mean that they would completely disregard their other stuff. Like, I just made a video talking about how Close Enough Season 2 is getting totally mistreated. There was no real expectation that there'd be new episodes coming out so soon, but we're getting an entire new season in February. And that announcement just kind of came out of nowhere, hidden within that February content trailer, and on a few social media posts, including this vision board. Adventure Time wasn't featured in that trailer, so I think it's very unlikely a new episode is coming out so soon. But, like, again, how did they make this mistake to put it on this board post? That's what I'm most confused by. It's like, not only is this episode probably not releasing this month, but also it's the wrong episode? Did they actually change the release order? Or, like, how did this happen? It's such a weird mistake. What kind of release spreadsheet were they looking at where they thought this was coming? And it's just all speculation because it totally could be coming, but it really doesn't make sense for them to only include it on this one post. I would assume it's definitely one of their biggest things on the service right now. Even probably just the Obsidian episode got a lot of attention. Warner Media is going to have an investors meeting about HBO Max on February 17th, where they may talk about some upcoming programming, so it's likely Distant Lands could be mentioned there. I don't know if they would say a date, but maybe just like a hint of like what to expect next. Like maybe there would be where they say like Together Again is the next episode for some reason if they actually changed the order. But I expect them to give maybe more information just about like demographics. Like they would probably say something about how Adventure Time is doing on the service. When Disney just did their investors thing, they announced a bajillion different programming. So maybe Warner Bros. Wants to like one up them and do something similar, or maybe it'll just be kind of a boring business thing. We'll have to wait and see, but I think it's very likely Adventure Time will still be mentioned in some form during this. Oh, sorry, it's not really an investors meeting. I guess it's a kids and family upfront, which means it's entirely focused on kids and family programming, which I think is very likely we'll hear some sorts of announcements, whether it be Adventure Time or other new cartoons to expect. But you know, this sort of confusion is unfortunately kind of totally normal for Adventure Time. Like, remember when a majorly important season finale received 0 official advertisement and the show's crew wasn't even 100% sure when it would be airing? Or like before Obsidian came out, Olivia Olsen said there'd be big news soon, so everyone assumed she was talking about Obsidian, but then she was actually just talking about her new TikTok account? Good times. Yeah, so I don't know. Nobody really knows. Maybe we'll get a little more clarification later in the day and they'll take these posts down or something. I would just like to mention how last night I was dreaming about there being a new Adventure Time episode. There's like multiple episodes building up to a new series finale, so I was like really emotional in the dream and stuff. Then I woke up and immediately saw this confusion that there might be an episode coming out. The dream also had a lot of visuals from my other favorite show, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is a show about a girl who has the power to change reality based on her thoughts, but she doesn't fully realize her powers. Just saying, I might have those powers. This kind of stuff happens to me a lot. But anyways, that's about all I have to say about this. Just figured I'd share this news because it took up my whole morning today, and it's probably an interesting thing to document for the Adventure Time confusing advertisement history books. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to know when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, and super special thanks to my Patreon supporters. Support me on Patreon and you'll be able to submit video topics, see exclusive behind the scenes content, and help me keep this channel going. Also follow me on Twitter and TikTok for special updates.